As I said before, I don't like talking about politics on stage or off stage. I don't like talking about things I don't feel like I'm truly knowledgeable in. But I do know this. Our government is placed in charge of all of its people. I'm a father who's been placed in charge of just one son. And I lie to that nigga all the time.
I'm happy in general. My son just turned 10 years old. Thank you. It's been a pleasure watching him grow up from a little bitty baby into a 10-year-old psychopath. And you can chart his descent into madness by how he's changed his stance on piñatas. When he was a toddler, he was terrified of piñatas. And it was my job to vanquish them. Now he treats a piñata like he's a mob boss from New Jersey. And Optimus Prime owes him several $1,000s. He works it across the knees for a little bit. Takes a break so he can kiss his mother and pay some respect. And then he bashes in the skull. And I take pictures and post it on my Facebook. So my son is 10, which is wonderful. He has autism, which can be difficult. He's also a huge Some people don't like it when I call my 10-year-old disabled child an to which I always respond, if you only use 30 words and your 3 favorite are more pancakes, biatch. Actually, that's pretty cool. Glad I moved to Oregon. I got to try some things I now love and enjoy, like iced coffees. Are white women, those are both great. Coffee is gross. Every time I drink any, I get really sick, which leads me to believe I must be allergic to energy. Which I later found out is not something you can put on a medical marijuana application. I have a cousin that's very sensitive about racism. He called me one day because he was quite upset that he went to a Tuba recital where he was one of only 3 black tuba players. And he thought that was racist. And I wanted to agree. But then I realized 3 black tuba players is a lot of fucking black tuba players. It is about time someone said it. If you see more than 5 black tuba players, you're watching an Outkast video. It's been a wonderful year for me. I recently turned 30. Thank you. I like that I turned 30 because now I feel I'm gonna love the things I enjoy until the day I die. which is mostly ignorant rap music. If you can rhyme titties with titties, I will buy your album. Like, why do I always have to prove to a robot that I'm not a robot? Why do you even care? Who put you up to this, robot? And how do you even want me to prove it? With a captcha? By putting in a series of random letters and numbers? That sounds like something a robot would be pretty good at. I don't go up to my toaster and be like, hey, prove to me you not my friend Craig right now. You looking a little Craig-like to me. Kinda acting like Craig. Turning my bread into toast, that's one of Craig's favorite things. Oh, that is you, Craig? You love sitting on kitchen counters, dude.
Now there's just certain people I have no time for. Like if you're sexist, or homophobic, or if you don't believe in conspiracy theories. Just don't understand, how do you not believe in any conspiracy theories? I understand not all of them, not most of them, but you don't believe in any conspiracy theories? You just think the government's just batting 1,000 and telling us the whole truth? That's a strong stance to take. And again, as I said before, I don't like talking about politics on stage or off stage. I don't like talking about things I don't feel like I'm truly knowledgeable in. But I do know this. Our government is placed in charge of all of its people. I'm a father who's been placed in charge of just one son. And I lie to that nigga all the time. I just love conspiracy theories. I have my whole life. Make some up when I'm bored. Why is it that every time you're getting ready to take off on an airplane and the captain got on over the loudspeaker, you always heard the same exact thing? You always hear, "Thank you for choosing us. We know you have a lot of choices in the airline community and they all fucking suck, so thank you. We got a great crew on board for you this evening. Barbara's here. Oh, you gonna love you some Barbara. We even got pretty good weather conditions. So I'm gonna do my best to get us in a few minutes early so that we can just sit on the runway for another half an hour. So just sit back and relax, enjoy yourself. Oh, but hold up. If you don't turn off your phone, oh, I swear to God, on the lives of Barbara's beautiful children, this plane will fall from the sky. But now they're just like, oh, never mind.